Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Neon. I am here with Geeky Sparkles.
Hello.
And Disney really needs to leave Home Alone alone.
They just need to leave a lot of things alone. Stop rebooting or redoing everything.
So the trailer for Home Sweet Home Alone, which is what, Home Alone 6?
Yeah, something like that,
point?
yeah.
Ridiculous. It dropped yesterday. The online reactions are not good. We didn't think this movie was going to be good, but it's really looks not good.
It's basically the first movie all over again, and people are like, this reminds me when they did the Force Awakens, which was A New Hope all over again.
Yeah, except now the kid's British.
Yeah, the family's British for some reason. But people are not liking it. They're like, stop messing with classics, just leave it alone. People are starting to turn, I think, on this whole idiocy that Hollywood keeps doing.
Yeah.
So much so that it's 11,000 upvotes to 33,000 downvotes.
33,000 downvotes, and actually 1.5 million views. That's for a Home Alone. God, I don't know. We're gonna talk about this Disney needing to leave Home Alone alone, but of course they can't because they way overpaid for Fox. So now they're gonna go through all the Fox IP and they're gonna ruin that. So they're gonna make Home Alone spin-offs and sequels. We've seen more Home Alone merchandise in the last couple of years.
Oh, they had like holiday sweaters out last year and a bunch of stuff.
Oh boy. And then, they're coming for Alien and Predator next. And there's a lawsuit there, and they shut down Blue Sky Studios. So I'm like, what did they buy exactly?
I don't know.
For $70 billion.
But what's funny to me is a lot of people are turning on them and the fact that, why is it a white boy? I'm not kidding. They're like, there's a bunch of people like, why isn't it a girl? Why isn't somebody who's not white? And they're having like all the Home Alone movies, and they're all white. And I'm like, well, do you want to claim that? I'm like, I wouldn't.
We're gonna talk about that. Before we get into it any further, please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, rants, guys. Over 237,000 subs. Finally, what the frick happened last couple weeks? Last couple weeks we've been crawling, but thank you for hitting the sub button. Make sure you're still subscribed because YouTube is up to its usual shenanigans again, and they might be unsubscribing you. We've had people write and say they're unsubscribed, they're not getting notifications, etc., etc. So make sure you're still subscribed. And we do talk a lot about Disney. You run piratesandprincesses.net. Talking about this trailer. I forgot this was even going to happen.
I forgot too until it happened yesterday. And it's funny because a lot of sites are talking about, oh, the trailer's out. And I'm the one who's like, but fans don't seem to be pretty happy because they don't.
Yeah, and when you wrote this last night, it was at 10,000 downvotes to 6,000 upvotes. And now currently, as of recording this video, 11,000 upvotes to 33,000.
Yep.
3-1. 3-1.
People don't like it because they're just tired of it. And if you look at the comments, a lot of it is, it was already done. It was already done well. There's no way you're going to improve upon it. Why are you doing it again? And it feels like you're just trying to do the first movie all over again. It's like The Force Awakens. Just stop. And I think that's in general. People just want Hollywood to stop.
This poor kid looks like Doc Ock.
Well, they said it's sad because they said the kid's a really good actor,
really good.
And they said that he's being wasted in this movie.
Yeah, I think everybody in this movie is being wasted. Yeah, I thought it was a complete reboot, but then apparently, spoiler, Buzz. It's
not a spoiler, it's in the trailer.
Buzz is a police officer,
right? They have the actor who played Buzz with the McAllister officer badge. It doesn't mean that that just could be they just threw it in as a cameo.
So let's look at some of the reactions here. Remember, Kevin actually behaved himself the whole movie. He cooked, cleaned, did laundry, and grocery shopped. He was not a brat. Let's see how this changes. The trailer doesn't give me hope. I was excited before seeing the movie trailer and disappointed after. Why were you? There were 2 other Home Alone movies. The fourth one was atrocious. Holiday Heist wasn't terrible, but they didn't try to remake the first movie.
No, it was its own thing. And that's actually the one my kids actually do like, that besides the first movie.
Yeah, and same with the third movie. It wasn't a remake of the first one. This looks like basically a beat-for-beat remake of the first movie, except with the family being British.
And I don't think they're having the same names, are they?
I don't think so.
I don't remember. I saw the trailer yesterday and I didn't care. Yeah, it was Max.
No need to reboot it. The old ones are timeless classics. Still watch it every holiday. The acting is awful. Kids, adults, everyone. The cast is awful. There literally is no feeling of truth even in the trailer, unlike Home Alone, where you believe this is a huge idiotic family, but still a family. This is 100% BS. No, it's Disney magic. It's not BS. It's Mickey. Disney exec, let's remake a classic, but make it worse in literally every way.
I'm sure there's a lot better comments now. These are from last night. God, this is awful. When will Disney learn that not every movie needs to be remade? Jesus, they're just going to ruin this for us. Just imagine making Back to the Future or Forrest Gump. Look, they called both God and Jesus in that post.
Yeah, right.
Don't call them unless you need them.
Somebody needs to smite Disney. Stop making remakes.
Well, he just brought in God and Jesus in one post.
Please, God, stop Disney from making.
Jan, I will continue. Well, you once apparently prayed that they would bring back the Voltron you liked. I learned at the panel at Valley Con. I never heard that one before.
I forgot. Okay, so side tangent. Another one of these side tangents. I totally forgot about this. When I was a kid, I loved Voltron. Somebody asked us we were at Sci-Fi Valley Con. They asked us what our favorite 80s franchises were. One of mine was Voltron. I loved Voltron. Then I was asked Vehicle Voltron or Lion Voltron. Of course, Lion Force, Lion Team, because that's like the Voltron most people think of, right? When I was a kid, I did not, because it's before the internet. So I didn't understand why all of a sudden they stopped running Lion Voltron episodes and all of a sudden they had this brand new team with a bunch of vehicles, and Voltron was always on Sunday mornings at like 6:30, 7 o'clock in the morning, and there was always like some fire and brimstone preacher on before Voltron, so I'd sit through the last part of that. So after about 3 or 4 weeks of nothing but Vehicle Voltron, and I thought that Lion Voltron was gone forever, I actually prayed to God that Lion Voltron would come back. And he did answer. It was about 2 months later. We got in the reruns. But,
there you go.
But then later on, I understood that like what happened. They were 2 different shows, and they were going to have a third Voltron, which was a bunch of robots that turned into like a 4-armed or 6-armed Voltron, and they never got that far because that wasn't a Gladiator Voltron.
Gladiator. Okay. Anyway, that has nothing to do with Home Alone. But let's go look at the video and look at some comments they have there, because these were from last night, so I'm sure it's gotten better since. Let's see what the top comments are. Now I know what I'm going to watch this Christmas. Home Alone 1 and 2. I don't understand that because I don't speak that language. Really don't need a remake. You can't beat the originals. Okay, this is what happened with Ghostbusters also. When they said they were going to do the one in 2016, this is what the majority of people were saying. They're like, it's already been done. It's already been done well. We don't need to remake it. It's not like it's a shitty movie that needs remade. Stop. Don't do it. And of course, the media spinning it as, oh, and they'll do it the same here. You're just mad because you don't want women or you don't want this or that. And it's like, no, it's because it was already done. It was done well and it's unnecessary. And that's what seems to be the basic idea we're seeing out of the fans is it's already been done. It's been done well.
Look, we're greedy for money. So we made another useless remake because we wanted to piss off more people and have more cash in our endless bank. I think
pretty much.
I think what's going on is they bought Fox assets and they have to use them, but they don't really. I mean, Rupert Murdoch literally is laughing all the way to the bank because Disney bought nothing. They bought nothing because the stuff that they have, like, what are you going to do? Reboot the Sound of Music? They're talking about that, by the way. Rebooting the Sound of Music. Nothing that they have is really worth that much.
But you know they're going to reboot the Sound of Music, don't you? And they're going to change everybody in it. It's going to be all like some minority group or something like that. And the reason it was what it was because it was from World War II. It was, people from that country. It was that it was a story about what happened to this family, and you know damn well
with singing and dancing
they're going to redo something. Half of them are going to be one thing and half of them are going to be another thing, and it's like that's not what happened.
With all new music by Lin-Manuel Miranda.
Oh yes, you're right. They probably will.
They will. They'll reboot Sound of Music, but it'll be set urban.
Now
setting.
They're going to rap.
Now they're going to rap.
I can't. I'm just thinking of the sound.
They would do it too.
I know they would.
I just gave them an idea.
That's what hurts. How many times are you going to murder this franchise into the ground before you realize that it requires some actual talent, acting talent, and creative free thinking to pull up a movie like this that everyone will like?
If you watch the movies that made us on Netflix, they did the episode about Home Alone. They had to jump through so many hoops to get this movie made.
Yeah, it was ridiculous. And then it ended up being this huge hit, and they had to fight tooth and nail to get it done.
Oh yeah, it played for like a freaking year.
Yeah, it was in the theater for like a year.
Yeah, it was massive. And for those of you who were not alive back then, like you don't understand. Like Home Alone was one of the biggest hits since like freaking Star Wars, since Ghostbusters. Yeah. It was huge.
They didn't have as many movies back then, so it wasn't like, oh, they're in theaters 2 weeks and then something else comes along.
Yeah.
Back then, movies could stay in the theaters for months, and this one did. I remember being sick at my grandma's house, and they were talking on the news about it, and they're like, this thing's been in the theaters for months, and it's going to probably make it clear to next Christmas. And they were talking about how impactful it was and what a big deal it was. And I remember that as a kid.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I like this one. I really would have preferred a remake with 40-year-old Macaulay Culkin and having a midlife crisis, basically, and it was still been better than this.
Yeah,
I would have watched that, actually.
That would actually be kind of funny. Speaking of which, is he going to be in it? Home Alone's Macaulay Culkin responds to rumors he's in the new movie. He's all over the place now. Like, Macaulay Culkin disappeared for years, and then now all of a sudden he's all over the place again.
It is a missed opportunity not to make it Kevin's kids. And that Kevin turned around and forgot his kids after he did it to him. And then he could have him do that. Like, he's on the plane like, oh, shit.
Yeah, right?
I left my kids at home.
Yeah.
Now I get it. I understand why mom and dad did that.
People might actually like that.
And then he calls his mom and dad up, and he's like, oh my God, I left Max at home. And they'd be like, well, we're in France. And so they're all trying to get back to the kid, and hilarity ensues.
Why aren't you on payroll?
Because they don't like me. But I mean, they could have done that, and people would have been like, okay, that's fun, because it ties into the original. It's something new and different, but the same. And you're going to add that nostalgia to it. And people would probably watch the hell out of that, especially if Kevin was Kevin. And, he's like, shit, Well,
apparently he's not in it. He said, hey, y'all,
I thought someone said that he was going to be in it.
He said, just a heads up, since I've been getting this question a lot today, I am not in the reboot. I wish all involved the best of luck. So they took buzz over Kevin.
Oh my gosh, that's funny. If he isn't in it, that's bullshit.
Maybe they couldn't pay him enough, or maybe maybe he just didn't want anything to do with it. Maybe he was just like, I took a look at the script. I'm like, yeah, we already made this movie. It was better when I was in it. And I'm with you. I think it'd be hilarious to have adult Kevin McAllister.
Or Kevin grew up and owns a toy store in New York.
There you go.
And then another kid got left home alone. And then he's the one helping the kid because, they team up or something.
Well, if they went back to New York, you know what they'd do, right? They'd be like, oh, yeah, Trump's the villain in this one. He kidnapped the kid.
He's trying to steal Christmas because that's what Republicans do.
He's the Grinch, Oh, boy.
Only white kids get Christmas, according to Twitter.
Oh, no. He'll be joined by, let's see.
Because don't you know if you don't agree with their far points of view, it's because you are a white supremacist and hate everyone. So only white kids would get Christmas.
Oh, God.
I'm not wrong. That's what they'd argue.
So the actress who plays the mom, she seemed like kind of dead inside. I guess people had a problem with her accent. I guess she has an Irish accent and she was using a British accent, but she seemed really dead. Like, yeah, my kid, he's all alone at home. And
I can't do accents. I'm not even going to attempt it because I'll murder it and offend someone. Don't let Noonie. Don't let Neon.
Is that my name, Noonie? It's Nooner. My name is Nooner. It's one of the benefits of being self-employed.
Well, I'm not benefiting, so where are you doing this? I went to say Neon, and my tongue went da 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 da, and it came out Noonie, and I'm like, wait, that's what his nickname. He calls his balls Noonies. So I better.
What the hell? You're taking this to a much darker place than.
I'm gonna stop talking. I want to say Neon is going to offend people by doing accents, and now I
just leave it. Neon is going to offend people.
People now know that you think Nooners are funny, and that you think that you're self-employed, so you get them all the time, even though I'm not involved.
Oh, so the actress was named B. She brilliantly captioned the Twitter clip. It's also not a true crime documentary about a mother who leaves her son to fend for himself, because if it was, I'd be in jail.
What?
Oh my God, that'd be hilarious. I want to see that Home Alone. Like, Twitter tries to cancel the mother that accidentally left her kid home alone.
And then she can't get home because everybody keeps trying to harass her and chase her down.
They try to chase her up with social media, and everybody's seeing it. Everybody's like, she's walking through the airport, and everybody's just giving her this look of disgust.
I've spotted her.
And they've got their phones out, and they're all
like
taking pictures of her, shaking their heads like #deadbeat mom.
That would be funny. Oh, okay. Anyway, we're having more fun with this movie than it's going to be.
It's going to be trash. This movie's going to be trash.
I just feel bad because this poor kid is going to get wrapped up in it.
Well, it's
nothing to do with him at all. It has nothing to do with... It's just a really dumb idea. It just really isn't... It's pointless. And I think Hollywood and Disney need to understand people are done. They are not going to take these remakes, reboots much longer.
This is the thumbnail right here.
Yeah, that's what everybody's thinking.
That face is what everybody's thinking. So
Yeah.
we gotta wrap this train wreck up.
Yes.
God, this video was weird.
And it went longer than we thought. So
It
anyway.
did. Longer than a nooner.
I'll be okay. I have something I can say, but I will not say it.
Please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants. We'll talk to you later.
Bye.